We're going to make partition out of this and then use this as a single partition here. So going forward, everything will be same like this here. Whatever we've been doing, the UUID and all those will be all same. I mean, all same commands and all those mount on mount. What else? Extend, resize. All these things are going to be the same going forward. And then you could also create a swap out of this. I'm audible, right? You could hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay, good.
Quick question, brother, here. I know you might talk, but I just got a question. We made this 48 partition in total, and if you need to split it in 17 gigabytes, so it will use the first one and the first gigabyte of the second drive, or it can pick from anywhere?
It's gonna pick it up from anywhere.
Anywhere. Okay.
You really don't know where it's residing, so only thing you have to worry about is this thing here. Okay?
Okay.
Logical volume, ZMPT. It doesn't matter if it's going to crash in the background or not. It will actually tell you, but you don't really have to worry about it too much. Okay, so here's the command here. The commands we used so far is pvcreate. We used a pvcreate to create the physical volumes. When you execute this command pvcreate and then these 3 drives here, you could execute more than 3. I don't know, you could do like 25. I haven't tried, but you could try. So it will tell the system that, okay, these drives is going to be used for LVM. So the command is pvcreate, and then after that, all these drives will be part of one big chunk. And if you want to see PVS, when you type PVS, this will display the physical disks which are part of logical disk. PVS. Okay? So these are all the physical disks which are logical disks. This is also a physical disk which is using a logical format, LVM. Okay, that's why it's showing up there. Then
just curious, brother. It says LVM2. Just curious, is there a naming convention? There could be 1 and 4 or 3 also.
No, this is 2.0. It used to be only LVM. Now it's LVM2. That's a very good question. Let's put in Google. I think it's just the improvement. Ever since I'm working in LVM is very, very old. Very, very old. Nothing new. Let's see how old is it. Okay, 1990, about 20 years old. LVM. LVM2 refers to the user space tool that provide logical volume management facilities and it is reasonable, backwards compatible with original LVM tool sets. To use LVM2, you need 3 things: DeviceMapper in your kernel, the user space DeviceMapper library, and then the user space. Okay, ever since I've been using LVM2 is there. So source code prior to So I will show you what LVM2 is. When we see DeviceMapper, the way it's gonna give the name for the logical volume is if you do df-ht. Okay, so you know how you see this here is dev/mapper. When you see mapper in there, that means this is a logical volume 2. Before it used to be like this, the original hard drive, direct hard drive. But whenever you see mapper in there, that means you could tell that there is a LVM2 mapper. But LVM2 is built in here, so there is a which LVM2, which LVM. Okay. So it's showing LVM2 here, but the code is still LVM. Okay. But don't worry about it too much here. The only thing that changed here is it's using this mapper as an additional folder in here. How it's creating the logical volumes. That's what it is.
So this mapper that we're seeing here is for the new guide that we just created, logical volume manager, or this is something from the initial installation?
Remember, original installation, it creates the root file system. It creates it as a logical volume because it is
okay. Got it. So that's why I was confirming that the first time that we see here mapper thing, that was created when we installed the Linux.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Makes sense.
Okay, so here it's splitting up here because DevMapper CentOS root, and then this is a root file system, and out of it created a swap also. So it saved a little bit for the swap partition.
Got it.
Okay, so let me clear this here. So let me split this up here a little bit. So this is PV create. Okay. SDD dev SDE dev SDF. So this is a command, and this is disk. Okay. Okay, good. PVS. Okay. So far what we did was we took 3 hard drives and we put it together and make it a one big chunk of hard drive, okay? We could use it as is, but what we're going to do is we're going to make it a logical volumes in here, okay? So how are we going to do that? Pretty simple. This is very simple. The commands you're going to use is very simple, but you have to get a good grasp of it. If you wake up in the middle of the night and then somebody asks you a question, you should be able to tell them. Okay. So
Can you repeat one more time, Brother Zafar? I just missed it. I couldn't understand properly.
The commands are simple. When you do it 2 or 3 times, you will think you get it, but do it like 100 times.
Okay.
If you, in the interview, if you nail this, your job is guaranteed. Because this is very important. Everybody, there won't be a job interview without somebody asking you about LVM, okay? This is very, very important. It's easy too. It's not very tough.
So what the VG creates a group name, right?
Yeah, VG create stands for volume group create.
Volume group.
And PV create is physical volume create. Okay, now that you are,
thank you very much.
let me go ahead and put it in here. Okay, physical volume create. Okay, and then this one is volume group create. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some partitions in here. So give me 1 second. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to create some partitions in here. Let's see here. I'm going to create a partition. Let me split this up here. So I'm creating one partition here. I'm going to name it accounting. Okay, another one I'm going to name it HR. Okay, and then I'm going to have finance. Okay, and then I'm going to have recruiting. Okay, then I'm going to have some empty space left. Okay, so I'm going to, for finance, for accounting, I'm going to give 4 GB. Okay, 4 GB here. And then for HR, I'm going to give about another 4 GB, okay? Because they're not that big. Finance, 4 GB. And recruiting, 4 GB. So how much we used up? We used up 16 GB, and how much is left? 32 GB is left. Okay, so let's go ahead and create this partitions here. So how are we going to do this?
Okay. We did a group study 2-3 times, and now this partition seems like very, very easy because we done so many times, and when you do it and you talk and discuss, it becomes even easier. So,
Yeah.
just want to let you know.
Yeah, that's a very good thing. You guys are doing, putting a good effort. Because it sounds silly here. You may hear somebody saying like Linux people don't get paid as much, but they do really get paid as really good. And what I'm teaching is not just the Linux part. This is more towards the engineering side. Okay, so all these things are usually engineering side of the Linux here. This is called build. You will end up in a build team. If not on the admin side, you could become a build side, and then that way you can enjoy a bigger salary. Okay. Okay, good. So what will happen is once you create VG create, then what you could do is you could do there is a
This.
yeah. So if you want to see what is there here, you type PVS, and then also you could type PV display. These are the two commands. PV display will give you a bigger picture of the physical volumes. Okay. So let's see here. Physical volume display. SDE, SDF. SDEF, PV display. F is not showing, right? Yeah, it is showing. Here is F, then D and E, and this is the original one. So to get a better use PV display. PV display. Okay, when you run PV display, you get some information, physical volume name. This is the system given, okay, dev/SDF. Okay, volume group name. This is a part of a volume group, ZMPT1. Okay, physical volume size is 24 GB. Not usable, yeah, don't worry about this because, this little bit is used by operating system here. Allocate, yes. PE size, 4 megabytes. Total PE, 6143. 3 PE, 6143. And then this is a physical volume UUID. Okay, remember this UUID will never change. Okay. Alright, let me just clear this here. And then if you want to get a detail of the VG, then you have to type VG display. Okay, so this is the volume group that is created by the operating system. But if you want to just look at the VG display, this is volume group name ZMPT1. It's this one here. Okay? And then format is LVMQ. Okay, and it says metadata area 3. That means it's usually using three physical disks. Okay, VG access, it is rewritable. VG status is resizable. You could resize the volume group. Okay, maximum LV and all those. I'm not worried about it. And it says current physical volume is 3. And active physical volume is 3. So it's giving the correct information. 3 physical volumes are there and 3 are active. Okay, and volume group size. So it's giving.
Sorry to interrupt you. One quick question. It says current and active. So there is a possibility that you have a current 3 or 4 drive and some of them are not active?
Yeah. When it fails, it goes inactive and it will give you information. The monitoring team will get that.
Okay. But you cannot make it inactive yourself once you create the volume. When you say the LVM, you cannot yourself.
We'll see. We'll see later in the LVM chapter. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and then VD size is 48 GB, and then this is what it is, whatever it is. And then total PE is 12 to 8. So I really don't know what this is. So let me just Google it. I'm not sure what this is, but don't worry about this. This is total free PE size. 12 to 8. Give me 1 second here. Let me find out what that is. I would say that's just too much information. Don't worry about this. That's granular level information that is managed by operating system here. Okay. So what you could do is you could type VG display, and then if you know the name of the volume group, you just type ZMPT1. Okay, it just gives you the information for that specific volume group. Logical volume group. So just worry about these. And this is the information here. And rewrite, resizable. This is the UUID. Remember, I showed you could use UUID to mount the file system, right? In FSTech?
Yes, we did. We did with the label, we did with the UUID, and we did with the mounting point.
Exactly. Very good. Okay. And then we use VGS also. Okay, so VGS command is the smaller command. It's like a PVS command. PVS is a smaller command, and PV display is the display the physical. Yeah. So let me move this here. Okay, PVS, and did I show you about PV display already here? No, PV display. Okay, so PV display. Okay, PV display is this information here.
And this information is used just to see different information. That's about it. Am I right?
Yeah, you will. This will come handy when you're troubleshooting something.
Okay.
When you we'll use this when we get a request to increase the size. We have to go in here and take a look how much size is available. Based on that, we will further troubleshoot. So it's just a displaying information here. PVS, PV display. You could use any of these here. I usually use both just to make sure the information is correct. Okay. So
I'm asking one more question based on the previous lectures.
yeah.
When we were extending the hard drive, we had an issue that first partition was connected with the second partition and we couldn't extend it. So in this one, if we need to extend the accounting, we can still extend it because HR is very next to it. We can still extend the accounting.
Very good. Yeah. This is independent of where this partition is located. Previously, at the start of the partition, we weren't able to extend it because the blocks ID were blocked. Right here, you weren't able to extend the partition 1, you could only extend partition 2, right? In this scenario, it doesn't matter. It's free of where the blocks is being used. So that's the beauty of it.
Okay. Thank you very much. I just want to make sure that I'm thinking it right.
Yeah, you are in the right path. Very good. So this is the name and this is the volume group. you could tell, like, you could go in here and you could say, okay, this is a part of volume group. This is a part of volume group VG1, the MPT1. Okay, so that's how you just have to check into it. And then you could see PV size is 24 GB here. And then this is the UUID. So what you could do is you could do PV display and find out what volume group it defines to. And then you could go to VG display and then put on a volume group. That way you could see there are three physical hard drives in here. Okay, based on that, you could further troubleshoot or work your way up.
One another question, Zafar.
Okay.
Down the road, we ran out of this hard disk space, whatever we have, terabytes, whatever. And we need to add another hard drive and make the extra hard drive as part of this volume group. Can we still do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to show you later on.
Jazakallah.
Okay, so I got a VG display. So command VGS is actually a shorter, it's a quick and easy way to see the shorter information.
It's misspelled, brother. It's shorter.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you just clicked me, brother. When we're doing the swapping, there's a command missing on the instructions that you put there. I think MK swap, that was missing.
Okay, let me check. Right here?
Yes, I think we need to make a file system as swap, right?
Yeah.
Just like we did the line was missing where I got confused and got it from the Google. And I told during the group study also that we are missing one line here.
Okay, very good. Right, this one here, right? Number 4? It was number 4 or number 3? Well, we made 2 swap partitions.
Yes, we did too. It's right on where you put the line is right there, brother. So here in this one we are doing the SD3. We can change this 3 here.
Okay.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Okay, good. I'm going to try to speed up this document today, and then That way you have all the documents split up. Okay, so you got PV create, okay, and then we do PVS to see what we have done, and we do PV display. And then after that, we did VG create, and then this is the breakup of what we did here. Okay, and okay, so this is the breakup of the command here, the previous command, okay? And then VGS is
R, brother. SHORTER, shorter. RTER, single T.
okay, thank you. Okay, now what we're going to do is finally we're going to create this partitions here, okay? Accounting, HR, finance, and then we will have some free space here. So let's do here. So the command to create is pretty simple.
FDIS, right? Or do we use something else for the LEM? I don't know.
No,
We use FDIS.
no, we don't use that.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the command is lv create. So what is this? Logical volume create. Okay, and then lv create. Then we could do -n. That means new. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to give it the name. We're going to give it the name accounting. Okay, and then -l. That means it's a logical drive. And the size is 4 GB. Okay, and where are you carving this out of? We're taking this out of the volume group ZMPG1. There could be many volume groups in the system, okay? So you have to tell which volume group you want to take it out of. And you hit enter. Okay, so what will happen here is it created the logical volume. So I'm going to split this up and split up this command and that way you could have it better view. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So very first one is lv create. Okay, second one is -n, and the third block is accounting, and the fourth block is -l, and the fifth block is for G, and the sixth block is VMPT1. Okay. So the very first one is command. This is a command, okay? And this is, you're telling it a new, this is a new volume group. I'm sorry, logical volume. And then the logical name. Logical volume name. Okay. And the hyphen L means you're telling it's logical. Okay, and this is the size. And then this is the volume group name. Okay, so let's take a look here. Okay, hope this is clear to you. So you're using the command lvcreate, and then you're using n-n that means new. This is accounting drive, and then hyphen L, capital L is logical, size is 4 GB, and then the volume group is VMPT1. Okay? So what is the command to see the logical volumes? The command to see the logical volume is lv display. Okay, right here. The one created by system is also logical, so that's why it's showing up here. 1. This is 2 created by system. We're not worried about this. You're worried about the one we just created here. So when you type LV display, okay, this is the long volume here. So we could also type LV display and then the volume group name. So that it just filter out for what you're looking here. Okay, so what is happening now is it is the path here. It creates a path here. That says VMPT1/accounting. Okay, this is the path. And this is the LV name, the name we gave, accounting. Volume group name is VMPT1. Where is this coming from? This is coming from a volume group we gave earlier, right here. VMPT1. This is where it's creating from volume group. Okay, and then this is a system generated UUID, and it is readable and writable. LV creation host time. This is the name of the host which created this, and it has a date stamp on it. Status is available, and it has other information, and the size is 4 GB. Current is each block is 1024. Allocation, inherit, whatever. So you don't go deep into it. Most of the time you just come in here and see what is the size here. And you look at this information, you look at this information, you look at this information. Displays the logical. Okay, so the information you're looking for is this. And sometimes you need to look at this here if you're really into it. And the size. Okay, that's about it. Okay, so let me clear this. So what you could do is, now the rest of the stuff is similar here, similar to fdisk. Okay, so look at this here. One command here, it did everything what we used to do in the fdisk here, right? In fdisk, you go in there, fdisk, then you go new partition name, and then you give the partition, and then you give the size, and then you give the what kind of partition you need here. But one command is taking care of the entire thing, what fdisk will do that for you. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create a partition type. So we're going to do mkfs, okay, dot xfs, okay, and then what type you're going to give it to? So you have to find out what you're doing actually. So you use lv display vmpt1. Okay, so you need this information here. So let's see here. So the command is mkfs dot xfs. Okay, you could also create an ext file system too. Okay, so let's see BLKID. So you see here that the BLKID is there. def/mapper/gmpt1. Okay, this is where LVM2, because it's going to put in the folder mapper. For the other ones, it didn't do it because it's not using LVM here, and it provided the UUID also. But I also like to do part pro. Okay, so it's just doing SDABC. What was the other one? Part X. Let's just do this here. Part X has an A. Okay. So you don't need part X, you just need a LSBLT here. So let me type this. Any questions so far?
Looks pretty easy unless we do manually by hand. Looks okay till now.
Okay, good. Let me save this. So up
Can we create
here,
can we create logical volume on multiple volume group?
that's a very good question. Those are two different volume groups, so I'm not sure how you could do that. Once the volume group is there, that group is closed. But you could definitely try. I never really tried it, never really crossed my mind. So
as per my understanding, the volume group is if like it's the volume group creates on the physical volume, right?
yeah, this
Create a volume group on the physical volume.
yeah. And these are logical volumes.
So if the volume group is full, then or completely utilized, what we can do is add additional volume to that, additional disk to that volume group.
Yeah, I'm going to show that later. You're going to add additional physical drives.
It's a physical drive to that volume group, and
Yeah,
that's how you can create volume group.
exactly. That's how it works. I thought you were asking about the partition here. You cannot create a partition on two different volume groups, ZMPT1 and ZMPT2. No.
Yeah, that's what my question was. Like, can we create a logical volume over two different volume groups?
I don't think so, but you could try. You could definitely let me know.
I don't think so either, but that's just sort of
I'm
curiosity.
not sure how one logical volume will be spread over two volume groups, so we'll have to wait and try and see, and you could tell me. So the command here is right here. It would be it would be this command here. Then it would be ZMPT2. So my fear is it might try to create two different 4G on two different volume groups.
You mean to say that it will create two LVs on
PT1 and PT2.
Yes, I think so.
Okay, try it out and let me know, okay?
Here, right on this time, brother, we have, when we create a group, we create only GMPT1. So, since we have only one already, at least GMPT1 should be created before we create the LV creation on the
Like this big chunk, you could have many in there. You could have another 3 drive or 10 drives, and then name it ZMPT2, then it becomes another volume group.
Okay, so you can add and group into the log. Okay, new to me, yes.
One volume group, yeah.
Okay, brother, let me summarize the LVM in simple terms. If I'm wrong, please correct me. If there is a physical volume on a physical drive, we create volume group. And on that volume group, we create LVM, logical volume group, logical LV. On PV, we create LV, right? Create first VG on the physical drive, physical hard disk. We create VG, then after that we create LV.
Yes.
Over LV we can create file system, and that file system is to be mounted.
Exactly. That's how it is. That's what we did here so far. We did a file system, and now we are about to mount it. Okay, so we did mkfs. This is the file system. You could create ext4 also, and lsblk and then blkid. It will write it into the system here. Okay. When I run the part probe, what it did, it was just running it for the physical drives, right? Okay. So it's not saying E, F, G because those are part of a volume group. So I'm not worried about that. So everything is same here. How you would do? Just mount. Then okay, this is resize.
So what is the use of PROTech command?
Yeah, it's not working. I used to use a lot, but it's not working now. What it used to do is, let's see here, man, PROTech. PROTech tells the Linux kernel about the presence and numbering of the on this partition. So what will happen is sometimes you write the partition, but the system may not see it right away. It sees it eventually, but if you are working right away, it may not see it. I think we did run into that situation here that if we were running.
So I believe that if we run the command PROTech after doing this when the partition, so that will
this is how
synchronize.
Doing fdisk.
It's a synchronization of disk, right?
Yeah. It makes it available in the system. That's what you should put it as.
Therefore, when we were doing this study, we also noticed that this command was not working the way it's supposed to work either. We have some issues also. But eventually system sees the partition also.
Were you working on 7 or 6?
6.
In 6 also it was not working? Okay.
And mostly it was not working because I have not practiced too much on the 7. Most of the work that I'm doing is still on 6.
Okay. Well, part probe should work, but for LVM, I don't think that both of them are necessary because LVM is logical, so it is writing easily in the system. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to mount it. So we're going to make a folder mkdir/accounting. mkdir. Okay. Then we're going to use the mount command. Mount/dev. So what are we going to use here to mount it? LV display GMTG1. So we're going to use this path here because dev is GMPT, it's in there, and then in here inside is the accounting partition. So we're mounting the partition to the folder accounting. Okay, if you do df-h, so the partition is mounted now to accounting.
And the directory accounting is called the mount point.
Yeah. Mount point, yes. And you could see DFFN capital H capital T used in the file system. So using a XFS file system. Okay?
Yeah, I have a question like what's the file type difference between XT4 and XFS?
Okay. It's a big difference. I think we went over this, right?
Yeah, we already went over this. Yeah. So ext4 was up to version 6 or is it?
Right here. So for ext4, the technology is changing rapidly here. So the single file system for ext4 is 16 terabytes. For XFS is 100 terabytes.
So it means this is the XFS is the latest version of file system.
Yeah.
That's what is here, right? I mean, this is like, I think it starts from like version 7. It has 7.
7 is default. For version 6, you have to download it. It's been there out there, but for version 7, it has become a default.
So it is even backward,
yeah, it's backward compatible. Okay, so study this here. It's already there, so it's just easy. I mean,
so in the thing you have to download the RPM.
You have to download the RPM. I think I put it here somewhere. I'm holding off showing you the YUM because, that is...
Yeah, that's a little part because it's complicated.
Yeah, that's what I'm
RPM.
trying to hold you guys on going on to the internet yet. We are not there yet. Once we are setting up DNS, DHCP and all those, then we could freely go onto the internet and then do all the other things. But sometimes, it's unavoidable. You just have to go there.
I understand. Like this is the LVM is the most important part of this.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if you nailed LVM, you are guaranteed a job. If you give not too good answer, but if you give a very good answer on LVM, because the data is sitting there, it's very important for the company to have the data. I mean, there is a backup there, but by the time you get a backup, there is a downtime. Nobody likes a downtime.
Another question, in the file system, include file system, I understand. Do we also do this file system? Do we reduce
Yes.
File system size? Will it not affect
It will. Yeah, you have to be careful how you're doing it.
application will affect, I guess, because I know it's not not sitting in a particular, the iNode sitting on the drive.
Definitely reduce it, but I haven't never received a request to reduce it. I always get a request to increase it. So we talked about the blocks and all that, and then mount. The first tab. Where's the...
What are they looking for?
Okay, so I talked about mkfs ext4.
Yes, that's the last time.
I think I only verbally said the user have to install. This is available on ext4 is ext and sfx is already in the file system in the 7. ext4 is there, but if you want to install xfs on 6, then you have to install the xfs file system here.
Okay. And the 7 is by default.
And 7 is by default. So if you're looking at this, the file system here on the is set to as XFS here. So this is the root volume group here, right? So let me start 6 here. Let it start in the background. Okay, right here, I put a note here to enable XFS on Rail 6, install XFS file system package. Okay, run this command here. Install, yum install XFS prog and XFS dump here. For that, you need to have on this virtual box, you need to go into like second adapter and then enable NAT. Enable NAT network here. So I think this one is enabled here. So let's take a look. Okay, if you are looking at the root file system, it is set to ext4 here. So yeah, this one is on internet also.
This is 6.9.
Yeah, 6.9, yeah. So you say 192.168.94.20. Okay, so you could see here the root file system by default is ext4 here. And if you do which XFS, it's not there. So what you have to do is, if you are working on 6, you have to run this command here while you are connected to the internet. Okay? Hmm. Okay, I think I may have already installed this one. Yeah, I installed it already. So then once you install this, everything else is same. Okay, the execution of file system is all those are same. Okay, so let's move on. Then you're gonna do LV display to find out what is it there. Here, then LV display just to find out. Then you're gonna do mount. You got this right, and you don't want me to explain this mount. Okay. All right.
I think we talked about this already.
Yeah. So what we could do is, if you do df-st, df-st. Okay, you see that if you're working into the file system or the logical volume, and you see like mapper in here, these are the ones which will tell you like are logical volumes. Okay, let's go ahead and do this for all of the other ones.
I think the XFS is LVM2.
XFS what?
I think the XFS is LVM2. Normal LVM is up to like X3, 2, 3, and 4. And from XFS, I believe it is LVM2.
Yeah, we should check it here. Where did we see LVM2? We saw LVM2 somewhere, right?
Yeah, we've seen it earlier. So I think with the part probe or with the part.
Where did we saw that?
I think it's a VT display or a display.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this one is showing LVM2 here. Yeah, this one is LVM2 too.
Yeah, because we upgraded already, right? XFS.
No, the file, XFS is just the file system downloaded here.
Yeah, I mean like the LVM1 was up to HT234, I believe, and I'm just guessing it. Maybe it's not right.
No, the LVM2 is how the LVM matching, how the LVM.
This can be like an interview question, like that's what I think.
This is just the LVM utility version here. So as far as I remember, we didn't, because this is the VG display is VG display root is ZMPT01. Okay, so can somebody tell me where is the ZMPT01 coming from?
It's the one
It's coming from the group that we created. VG.
No. This is coming from hostname. Okay, it's coming from here.
But this is the volume group. You set it up. You keep this name CMP, but it could have been something else too.
No, I mean we renamed the host name as ZMPT01, right? So it came up to ZMPT01. So
I think we haven't gone into the host name change. They haven't gone there.
yeah. Okay, those things will come in handy when you're gonna go deeper into the managing the other operating system parts. Okay, so let's just focus here. So so far we have successfully mounted the logical volume here. So let's go ahead and do the rest of them. So how many more we got? We got HR. finance. Okay, now what we're going to run is we're going to just run this command here. We're going to just reuse this command here, okay? So we're going to do HR. Okay, and then you will do finance. And then you do a recruiting. Okay, and then what we do is, how do we know all this is going to be created? LV display ZMPT1, because we've been using ZMPT1 here. So you see here that let's start from top here. There is one accounting is there, ZMPT1, and it's 4 GB, and it has its own UUID. And the second one is HR, it's using ZMPT1, and it has its own UUID, it's 4 GB. All of them are using 4 GB, and it's finance. Okay? So let's go ahead and mount this. Before mounting it, what we have to do is we have to create a file system. So let's do the file system. I'm going to use EST for this one here. Okay, and what was this one? HR, right? I'm going to use XFS for the other one. What was the other one? Finance. See, XFS like is just happening. It's just don't have to do anything for XFS. Okay, and let's do LVS. So when you did LVS here, it's gonna, okay, let me expand this here. Okay, so this is a quick review here. You have accounting, it's using VG Group, ZMPT1 and all that here. It's giving you this information here, how much the size is there. So you do LV display, ZMPT1. Then you have this information here, the detailed information here, right? So what is the other we could do? VG display, ZMPT1. Okay, so let's see here. Volume group, metadata area, 3, 5, 3. So here it's allocated 16 GB, and then 32 GB is left here. Okay, so VGS. When you do VGS also, it's telling you that it's 32 GB is free out of 48 GB. So it makes sense that it has 4 volume groups, and it has 3 physical drives, and it has 4 volume groups, and this much is there and this much is left. Okay, display. Okay, at this point, this is the different information. You don't need this. Okay, for you to just see the volume groups here, you just have to worry about the LVS here. Volume group, VGS. Okay, so so far what we did was we created the file system and all this, and then we created the folders here. All we have to do is mount the file system here. So for that, you have to get this information here. GMPT. Okay, you could do double tab here and see what other partitions are there or the logical volumes are there. So we're gonna do finance and then mount it to finance.
We have not created actually the one function.
I thought I created, right? The directories right here.
Yes.
Oh, I created it in the wrong place. Yeah, I created it in the wrong place. So mkdir/finance. Okay. So what I'm going to do is mount. And I'm going to mount it to finance. Okay, and then what is there? HR. I'm going to mount it to HR. Okay, and what else is there left now is the recruiting, right? And mount it to recruiting. So if you do df-ht, you see all the file systems, logical volumes you have mounted here. And you could see also the file systems here in the size. Okay, so I'm going to skip showing you how to do mounting in this. Okay, this should be enough for you guys, right? Or to make it into a SS tab here. I'm just going to put this here just for the reference, okay? Okay, so let me just put in some colors in here.
I have a question like, can we create multiple file systems on a single PV?
That's what we did. We did that already. Single PV, right?
No, LV I'm talking about. Single LV.
Yeah, we just did it here. XFS. And on single LV, no. No.
I mean, if you create a file system, it will take up all the LV completely.
LV, yeah. It will take entire LV. You can't, I mean, you already made a partition out of this volume group, right?
Right.
So you want to make another partition in here?
My question was like, on a single LV, can we create two file systems?
No, I don't think so. But if you could demonstrate that, I would be surprised here. But let me know. You try it and let me know.
Okay.
Because file system is going to be just once this part is there, this is going to be either or, either XFS or EXT. That's what I think. I mean, I don't know. You never know. I learn every day new things. So you know. So if you try it out, that's a very good thing. This is how you think when you're working at work. You know, just think out of the box. Okay. Okay, then we have this much of free space here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one file system here, accounting, and then I'm going to simulate that the accounting disk is full. And then we need to extend that accounting disk, okay? So there is a command. So I'm going to go into accounting and see df-i. So accounting is a lot of things is there. I do df-h, and accounting is about 4 GB free. Okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use there is a dd command here. I'm just using this command here. I'm going to officially use this, show you what this command is, okay? But I'm using only this command to just fill up a space here. I'll show you officially what this is. Don't worry about this.
Actually, I was going to ask about this master command. We just ran it like 3 days ago.
Okay, go ahead. Which command? Is this in here or are you just going to talk when you were doing a task?
Oh, actually, we just Google it. So the dd command, that master command, the people use it for load balancing and things. The dd is 0. Dev 0. So I did not have like really good understanding, but we ran this command and then to just have something in the volume.
Okay, good. So you guys are ahead.
Brother Zafar, this is the advantage of a good study is that Obaid has some experience about this working in the Linux environment, and we just discussed and ran this command kind of thing.
Okay.
It helps.
Yeah, very good. So here we have this now the disk is full here. If you look at the size, and 4 GB is used and 2K is left on the side, it's been used 100%. Okay? And if you use LS here, there is one single file here, and that size is the size is about 4 GB. Okay, so now you get a request to increase the size of the volume group. Okay, so let me clear this. So somebody is the running out of a disk space is a very big deal, because what will happen is when the disk is about 75% full, you will start getting notifications. Usually the application teams, they will get the notification from the monitoring team that the disk is getting full, and they want to cry about all this here, so they will tell you to increase the size of the disk. Okay?
Alert.
Yeah. So don't just do it on your own. If somebody tell you to do it, tell them to open the create a ticket so that it's documented. And then don't just do it on the production server. There are three kinds of servers: production, development, QA, and testing. I think testing and QA is the same thing, but when it says production, don't just do it on your own. You have to have a ticket, you have to have a change request and all that. Okay, so let's go ahead and, assuming we have all the things in place, let's go ahead and do this. Okay. So the disk is full now, right? So okay, let me just copy the DB command here. This is a very powerful command here. I'll show you later on. This command is used in forensics. If police came to your home and then pick up your laptop, they're going to go there in the background and run this command. It's for sure. I'll show you when I cover the DB command. Okay, it's very powerful and very good command.
Today, Zafar, since we're talking about this command, I'm just curious, this we did for the filling of this field. Why does the guys that come and only run DB command? Just curious.
I mean, it's a very efficient. See, it took few minutes for it to do the create a file or 4 GB file. 4 GB file is a very big size file. It takes, if you want to download it as the operating system, the CD we downloaded, 7 or 6, whatever, it probably took you like half hour, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for us it took few minutes here to create a 4 GB file. And we are not
it took few seconds.
Yeah, we are not even running the most efficient, file system. I mean, efficient infrastructure here. We're just using it VirtualBox. But I'll show you, it's pretty old command and it's very powerful.
I'm just trying to find out what are the other uses. Okay, this is okay. We want to
I officially cover DB command.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. So now the disk is full. Okay, so what we're going to do is extend the logical volume. Okay, so for you to do, very first command is do VG display as VMPT1 or do LV display. LV display. Or first you have to do DFFLH and you find out that this disk is full. Okay, looking at here, you could tell what is the volume group. So what you do is VG display, and then you give the volume display information here. So here you could go in here and see, okay, there are 3 drives in here, and then 16 GB is there, and you have 32 GB is left. You could do VGS too. Okay, you see 32 GB is there. So you could use VGS or VG display, VMPT1. Okay, now that you know there is that much information, 32 GB is there, it's pretty simple here. So what you have to do is, you have to just run the command here. Okay, increase the sizes LV extend. Okay, and what are you extending? LV extend -L. You have to tell its logical volume. And then what is the size? You're going to extend to another 4 GB. Okay, 4 GB. And what volume you're going to extend? You're going to give the name of the volume here. Okay, so let's go back. I'm going to copy this here. So I'm going to type LV extend. Okay, I'm going to do -L, that means logical volume. And I'm going to do plus 4 GB. Okay, and then I'm going to give the size of this. Okay, size of the logical volume changed from 4 GB to 8 GB. Logical volume ZMPT1 accounting successfully resized. But if you do DF-H, the size is still there. Okay, the size is not reflecting there because we have to run one more command.
Resize.
Yeah,
Resize command.
Yeah. So, but before that, you have to do df-h-t, and you have to see this is a XFS file system here. So, what is the XFS file system command? extend XFS file system. So you have to use this command here. Okay. So the command is very simple command here. XFS _ browse. XFS browse file system, and then this is it. The name of a partition you are worried about. So it does its magic, and then do DFS and H. There you go. The volume is showing up now here is 8 GB, and then 4 GB is used, another 4 GB is available, and then the percentage 50%, whatever. So at this moment you have successfully extended the logical volume. Okay. So let's see here. So you did that, and then you do LV extend. And then XFS goes. Okay, and you do DFS and H. The size is gone. Okay. I think we are out of time, so we'll catch up again tomorrow, and then I will show you how to extend the ext file system. Same thing. You just have to type, LV extend, and then instead of XFS, you just type reset to FS. Okay. All right. If no questions, we'll catch up tomorrow. Have a good day.
Bye.